Daniel.
I'm busy. Oh.
No, look what came.
This is the moment I waited for. I can hear my heart beating. Soon the bells will be ready. This is a moment. From where? From?
Seems like it's from the president. It says Washington, D.C.
I will love you longer than forever. I will love you longer than forever. Promise me you will live. Oh my God! This is something I've been waiting for a long time, for the song and the violin book. I really would like my partner to talk about this. Come, sit together, sit. First of all, after I thank my partner, Mercedes. Okay. LaBenz. It's not a car, okay? It's not a car, it's her name, okay? For this book. I've been working on this book for many years. Until 2 years ago, I met my YouTube channel partner, Mercedes LaBenz, and with her help, it come to a readable English. And she designed all the cover, everything, and put all the format, have it published. This is one of my life dreams. Okay, I have a book like this.
And I edited. It was bad English. You translated it and I had to...
Yeah, yes. I translated from Chinese to Chinglish, and Mercedes LaBenz translated from Chinglish to readable English. To readable Chinglish. Anyway. Can you Chinglish? Okay?
Yes.
Not the Chinese Chinglish. Mm-hmm. Now, what this book is about. This book is about how a starving Chinese child become a Hollywood star musician for all the past. It started in the middle of 1950s. The first high climax was in 1960s. It tells the 3 years natural disaster, how 30 million Chinese people lost their lives. Okay, I, as the author of this book, experienced that. And it goes to 1964, the Cultural Revolution. I also experienced. And how I started to learn violin, the conflict between me and my communist father, and how my father smashed my violin, which is on the back cover. Okay, the back cover, you can see. And then how I became a professional violinist, went to the conservatory, went to the West, and started more with met some very famous violinists, the world leading best violinists, and I was just on my way going to one of them. I changed my life course to violin making and violin repairing and shop owner. why I changed that course, he tells. Okay, and how I helped my father. And finally, after my father passed away, how I continued work as a violin maker and met my Norwegian wife. Yes, I met my Norwegian wife, and the cultural conflict between the East and the West. And finally, how I went back to violin playing, and with my partner, we won the Hollywood Star. And only recently, I am the one who really don't like the Chinese great leader Chairman Mao that much. Okay, but only recently I found out the fact that my great uncle was a teacher of Chairman Mao, of Mao Zedong, and I was invited for the museum opening, and I was really overwhelmed with the fact how close my family with Mao's family, with Mao himself. So this is a book of my personal story, based on the facts of my personal story, but it is also a Chinese vivid life historic book. Okay, you read my book, you understand this part of Chinese history. China is now getting more and more popular every day because of its development. So many people still think China is the same China as 30 years ago, 60 years ago. No. China has 3 periods of time. The first China is Mao's China, which is described in first of my books. Okay, in the first part of my book. Then the second China is Deng Xiaoping's China, also described in this book. Okay, it's totally another China. And now is the third China. Okay, that's Xi Jinping's China. And it's totally different from that 2 Chinas. So you have to understand these 2 China to understand today's China. Okay, I would like my partner, Miss Mercedes LaBenz, to give some comments and give some point about this book.
Okay, well, I've only read this book 30 times or so in the course of editing it.
300 times.
Not 300, I said 30 times or so.
No, maybe 3,000 times. She has to go back and forth for 2 years.
Yeah.
Every single word. Every single word. Every
was-
single period.
It was a big project, but it was worth it because from the very beginning, when we were doing chapter by chapter, he was translating one chapter at a time from Chinese into very.
Yeah, say it. It's
Yes.
okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I have no problem. I know my English sucks.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So then I could tell just immediately, having taught non-native English speakers English for a long time, I'm pretty good at figuring out what a person actually means, especially in Asia. So there's a unique way that people phrase things, and I was able to, through discussion as well, if there was any doubt, figure out exactly what you meant.
Sentence by sentence, story by story.
Sentence. Sometimes that's how it ended up being. And one draft after another draft, and then formatting. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. We want to get this out on Kindle. Let's do this on Kindle. Format Kindle. Whew, that's completely different. So a whole other edit happened. Not just the formatting, but a whole other edit. And then my idea was that for Christmas, I wanted the paperback fully formatted and ready.
But I had this most important, one of the most important event in my life, which is my great uncle's museum was open and I was invited. I was in China. So I wasted that air ticket. This is what I'm coming here for this event. It's my grandfather.
He did.
Yes.
But then he showed up. So.
Okay, we have this book now.
Yes.
And if people want to buy, how can they buy?
They will be able to buy this actually on Amazon. Yeah.
So it's like 3 or 4
Tuesday.
days from United States, printed out and sent here within 1 week. Okay.
Yes.
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 Oh my
Actually,
God.
3 days early. On Amazon is where you can find it. You can already find the Kindle there, and it will be linked with that Kindle. So when you look for Father, Son, Violin, you'll have a choice now between the paperback and
The Kindle form.
Yes.
Okay. Just tell me, what did you feel when you first read my book?
When I first read your book, I didn't even know you. Okay?
Yes.
I remember you were in Spain,
Yes.
and we started writing.
Yes.
And then
I sent you chapter by chapter.
chapter by chapter. Every day there was a new chapter, and I didn't start editing it at that point. And I just couldn't.
As a Westerner, yes.
As a Westerner, actually, it doesn't matter. As a Westerner, I don't think that's even. It is interesting and it's new for a Westerner to read.
It's new
But
whole
at the
world.
same time, there are things that you can really relate to as well. So, just from the very beginning, the first chapter is what just captivated me. The opening, actually, is the first section of the first chapter, really captivated me because there was a great deal of humor. It's from 6-year-old Daniel's perspective, and it was just, I've never heard anything like that before, especially inside of a political movement from a child's perspective. Okay, so you get to meet and kind of grow up with the character who is him. So you're looking through the eyes of a 6-year-old, and then a 9-year-old, and a 12-year-old, and a 14-year-old, and you're just going through all the way up until he's an adult, and the changes that happen through that time. So along with all of the political things that are going on, he's also trying to find his way. The character is trying to find his way in his own life through all of this. Really, it's absolutely crazy through the Cultural Revolution. It makes no sense to an adult. So imagine being a child who just wants some food in their stomach and some parents to kiss their boo-boo when they hurt themselves, and that's nowhere to be found. And how do you deal with that, and what effect does that have on you throughout your life? So it was actually fascinating because it's not just the story of, oh, this happened and then this happened. It ties in with all of these historical events throughout the Cultural Revolution, and you really, things are explained to you as well, so that you can have it in context. So even though it takes place in China during the Cultural Revolution, it's very easy, the way it's written, that you can understand exactly the feeling around that. So if you say, okay, how churches were viewed at that time, well, I don't know. Hey, churches are churches, and people go and pray there, and that's fine. Oh, but not during the Cultural Revolution. Okay, so in context, you are taken into a whole new, it's almost like a new world, really, even though it was on this planet and it really happened. It's
yeah, maybe this new world, okay, the China new world does not mean very much to the world before, but it's because now China is growing, China is changing the world now, I think.
Yeah.
So it's so important for people to understand China and start from this book,
Yeah.
I think. And I'm really telling the real true story, the vivid story, my personal experience during Mao's China and Deng's China. And I did not like Mao's China very much. I thank Deng very much to give me the opportunity that I can go to the West. I can speak some English. And also I love today's China. I would say, yes, today Xi Jinping, I think he's doing a great job. So I love this. So I oppose that part of China. Does not mean that I hate my mother country, okay? It's not. I love my mother country, my motherland very, very much. Okay, And I have to say, Mrs. LaBenz is not an actress. Okay, she's not an actress, not a star type, and she's not really great in front of the camera. So she's sweating. I can see.
Sorry.
Maybe she's not talking as normal. She's an extremely smart person and a kind person, and hardworking lady. Hardworking lady. So without her help, without this, the whole world is not going to see this book. Not at all. Okay. And folks, listen. All my folks, fans who's watching my YouTube videos. Okay, if you love me, if you love channel, if you support me, support my good work, you have been watching thousands of my videos for free. Now it's time for you to support me. Okay, pay for this book. Support me, support us. Okay.
And there'll be more to come.
Yes. This is only the first book. Okay. We are partner successfully finishing this book, and we are successfully start the YouTube channel together. And then now YouTube channel we have 1 to 3 million views every 28 days.
Yes.
Yes. We'll make a little money too. Thank you for everybody. Okay. Now we are working at my second book.
Yes, working on.
We are working on my second book, which is 3 Women's.
Yeah, well, tentatively, that's the name.
It's not 3 women.
Yes, not 3 women. And he
It's
didn't
3?
say it, he said it incorrectly on purpose. That's actually the correct name of the book, but we know it's incorrect English, so don't blame me for that grammatical error.
I'm not English native.
It's on
So
purpose.
in my book, it's 3 Women's. Okay? So that will tell you the story how I went to Norway. I went to Australia. From Australia, I went to Norway and ended up going to Japan. Then that is mostly the conflict, the culture shock, the culture conflict between East and West. How Daniel, as a person, adopted myself from a Chinese boy to a Westerner minded person. Okay? Very intrigued, very interesting, a very touching story. 3 Women's. Okay, talk about my friend in Australia, my wife, Mariana in Norway, and 1 prostitute. Okay, her story. Then we are also working on the 3rd book, which is called Foreigner. Foreigner is my 3rd book. That will talk my life experience in Japan. If you Google my name, Daniel Awesome Chin, you immediately found what happened recently to me. Okay, that will be a big part of the book, Foreigner. The Foreigner book will be English version, Chinese version. Are you going to help me with that?
I'll make the cover.
Okay. And the Japanese version.
I'll make the cover for that one too.
Yes. Okay. And we will also have some short stories which already published before in Taiwan or other places. I will gather them with my essays, some other short stories. Okay? But mainly these 3 books, autobiography, mostly based on my real life story, and some other articles with fictions, with fantasy, with things. Okay? And we are also developing our YouTube channel. Okay? Our YouTube channel is mostly traveling videos and violin videos. These 2 categories. But from now on, we want to introduce a beautiful people series to introduce people. Okay, we're going to have dialogue. We're going to have a conversation. We are going to have debate for certain topics. For example, China-U.S. relation or things like that.
Yes. Not you and I. It'll be...
We too. U.S., China, U.S., China. Okay? China-U.S. relation. World peace. Okay? President Donald Trumpet. Sorry. What's his name? Trumpet?
Donald Duck,
Donald Duck? Trumpet? Not clarinet?
Orange Man,
No, please, show your respect. I love your name.
Baby Hands.
Come on. Dear American President Trumpet, I cannot on behalf of Xi Jinping.
No, don't do that.
Because he's not a student of my grand.
No, on behalf of you personally.
Okay, on behalf of me and my family and all my friends in China, we support you. I know you have chemistry with Xi Jinping. That's great. As U.S. China work together, make this book out and make another book for the world. Thank you. Yeah. Great. Well done. Oh, wow.
But I already see I need to redo something on the cover. But it's okay.